So have you guys ever witnessed some magic tricks, whether they involve cards or some other props, and you wonder how in the bloody hell did they do that? Hell, it doesn't have to be only magic but crazy feats you thought were impossible. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Top 10s. With Gensokyo being as magical and unique of a place it is, even then, these pictures will make you say, what the actual duck fuck? So, without further ado, let's begin the top 10 how is that even possible Touhou pictures. Number 10. With Chiruno being an ice fairy, the ability to manipulate the code, aka freeze stuff, is one of her main traits. That and being the absolute strongest there is. Aside from that, freezing stuff has many benefits in keeping stuff cool, especially during the summers where the heat can be unbearable at times. As strong as Chiruno is, I don't know if she's that crazy to make this happen. I mean, freezing Yarormyr is one thing, doesn't sound impossible mind you, but can you freeze shadows? Now I've never furthered my studies on science, so there's not much I can say in terms of the possibility, but this looks pretty bullshit if you ask me. I need my homeboy Glenn to give me the breakdown on this scenario because I sure as hell won't get the answer all by myself, that's for sure. Number 9. If you've been following my interesting Touhou Facts series, you know I've talked a lot when it came to the girls, especially Seiran and Ringo. Now Seiran's ability to firing bullets from a different dimension is meh, while Ringo is certainly unique as she gets stronger by eating dango. Now I'll give you this info as to give you a background to what these two Lunarian rabbits are capable of. Let's show you the picture now. Now the text up there should say the ability to manipulate dango. Now Ringo is associated with dango as previously mentioned. Now even if she could manipulate dango, which I ain't going to lie, does sound pretty dope, how the bloody fuck does that translate into a damn cake? Not only that, with the way this picture illustrates, it's Seiran that's made the damn cake. So tell me this, how does firing bullets from different dimensions, mind you, make a fucking cake? Aside from this little rant, I do have to ask, is the cake good? Because it does look appetizing. Number 8. As you may be aware, alcohol is a vital part of Touhou. Why, you may ask? Well, if you've read any of the manga series and know what Zune is like, you could say that alcohol is practically the blood of the series. Add in beings like Oni and you can sure as hell, no pun intended, can expect some alcohol somewhere in Touhou. As risque this picture may be, there's something I want to note. It involves a can Reimu has. Doesn't seem out of the ordinary at first glance. It's until you read the bottom of the can that you notice something. When translated, it says the alcohol level is 810%. Like science, I did not further my math skills very much back in school. But something about 810% alcohol content in a can sounds kinda fucking fishy if you ask me. Now the strongest alcoholic drink I can currently find is a Polish vodka called, fuck me, Spiritus Rectificowany. Now this drink here has a 95.6 alcohol level. I don't know about you at this point, either the outside world is slacking or the residents of Gensokyos have the livers of the gods at this point. All in all, I can safely say I'll never try Reimu's drink or the Polish vodka, cause I'd like to live, thank you very much. Number 7. Now in Canada, we have a place called Tim Hortons. It's mostly a Canadian franchise that deals with coffee, sandwiches, and donuts. Tim's is so large that there's actually more Tim Hortons here in Canada than McDonald's here, and we all know how bloody huge McDonald's is, so that's saying something. Now I like to go to Tim Hortons for either an iced cappuccino or donuts. When I go for donuts, I tend to grab a dozen as I like to try all the flavors they have. Let's just say someone in Gensokyo has done something to donuts I'd never thought of before, that's for sure. Yukari-sama, why do donuts have holes in them? I don't get it. So you can do this. Wow, I love you, Yukari-sama. As impossible as this looks, I can't lie. I'd be so fucking down to eat a donut like this. I'm sure there's a good reason why donuts are not sold like this, but one can dream, can't they? Number 6. Sometimes even the most stoic of us can break at times depending on the event. Not me though. I mean, do I look like the stoic type to you guys? With that in mind, let's see what had happened to this gal. Lately, it seems to keep clogging up. That's because the drainage pipe sometimes has wriggle in it. There's no way wriggle is stuck in there. Heave-ho! Now I've dealt with a drain clog before, but I can certainly say that I've never encountered an insect before, especially one that's as huge as wriggle. I gotta ask, how big are the fucking pipes in Gensokyo are? Like shit! Imagine if this stuff happened in the outside world. I don't know whether the plumbers would be shell-shocked or impressed by it. Either way, remind me to never get a house in Gensokyo or I might start dealing with wriggle in my pipes. Number 5. As you're well aware, when it comes to summer, people will be more active due to the beautiful weather. Usually, anyway. So long as mosquitoes and all that aren't trying to fuck up your days, that is. During the summer, people will either go to the beach, go to parks, and just go outside and chill with friends. With summer in hand, do expect to get some tan lines if you're planning on hanging outside for long periods of time. For this person though, I was clearly not ready for the tans. Alright, it makes sense for Marissa and even Yomu to have tans. What I was not ready for, however, was the Phantom having them as well. Like, is it normal for phantoms to be having tans in Gensokyo? Because I thought being a ghost and whatnot would at least prevent you from getting tans. You know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of trying to put logic with this whole ghost shit. It's hurting my bloody head. Number 4. When it comes to flying in Gensokyo, most of the girls fly without the need of some sort of contraption. The odd exception to this would have to be Marissa. She tends to fly with her broom. I made a video talking about Marissa's broom, whether she actually needs it to fly or just uses it for purely aesthetic purposes. Regardless of that, let's just say her broom is something else, alright? I don't know about you guys, but that seems like a shit ton of stuff to carry. Like, damn, what the bloody hell is her broom made out of? Adamantium? As if 4 people wasn't tough enough, add in a bathtub, a bed, a tree of sorts, and a bunch of books. I'm just saying, whatever crazy concoction she's been putting into that broom of hers, I might need some. You never know when I could use that insane amount of strength. Number 3. When wanting to be in good health, one of the best ways to do so will be doing exercise. With exercise, there are thousands of activities involving your body that if you don't enjoy one thing, you're always able to switch to another one. You have either the internet to learn new exercises or going to a gym and using the equipments there they have to further train yourself. Let's just say this person really values her training. There are those who skip leg days when it comes to working out. You can clearly tell that Raisin doesn't skip ear days. To be fair, with all the shit Raisin has to deal with when it comes to Tay, it's no surprise Raisin has been hitting the gym. Hell, it could have came from her Lunarian training. Remember, she was in the military after all. Who knows what kind of crazy training regimen she went through with the Moon Sisters. Number 2. Kogasa, if you remember from my interesting Touhou Facts series, is many things. A babysitter, a blacksmith, and most importantly, she's a Korakasa Obake. For those not wary, the girl and the umbrella are both considered Kogasa. You can't have one without the other. So keep this in mind as I show you the next picture. I am so conflicted with this picture, I don't even know what to say. You know what? I'm going to need some help with this. Bob! Yo, you called? Yeah, can you look at this picture and give me your opinion on it? I got nothing. Yay! Thanks for your wise words indeed. As random as Bob's comment is, there's something I want to note. If they're the same person, is this still considered sex? Or is it masturbation? A question I would have preferred not to ask, but since I couldn't think of anything, it was up to Bob. And even then, he wasn't exactly helpful. Hopefully you guys have an answer to this. Number 1. When it comes to driving games, one of the best ones, although it's probably biased in my eyes, is the Mario Kart series. With the Mario Kart series, its greatest strength in my opinion is its unpredictability. One can easily get to first place if you know what you're doing, but maintaining it is the hard part. You gotta deal with items from 11 other players, ranging from shells, bananas, lightning, and how can we ever forget the ultimate fuck you item, the blue shell. With all that said, it appears that someone else in Gensokyo loves the idea of kart racing. Yeah. I mean, both girls appear to be enjoying this, so that's good, right? Yo. I'm trying hard to paint this in a better picture, but really, it's not working so well. Like, aside from Yuka being crazy and Tenchi being stupid, I have to ask, how the bloody hell is that cart moving? I can't imagine there being any space for the engine and all that to fit there, considering the body of the cart is literally Tenchi. We can always assume magic is being involved, but even then, that's really stretching it. Dude, the rug burns Tenchi will experience will be the stuff of legends. And I really don't want to see the results of that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which pictures were your favorite? Do you think Chiruno is strong enough to freeze Shadow? If that's possible to begin with. Do you think Marissa has some adamantium broom or something like that? Or would you be down to play some Tenchi carts? However strange that may be. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Raisin might come here and bust me up with those strong ass ears. Either way, this is Magi and thanks again for watching.